Morning, everyone. I hope that I am in a presentation view. I hope you can see that I'm here today to talk about a resource called Ongoing Journeys. I was really pleased to be invited to speak about our new online resource, which we've been developing with the aim of raising awareness of the refugee and asylum seeker experience in a hopeful and creative way. So my name's Rose Farrer and I'm an Area Education Manager in the WEA in Yorkshire and Humber region, and I've actually got a story to show you today about people who are living in Hull. We've got a self-directed online learning experience which is based on an interactive video photo story about the lives of refugees who've now settled in Drighlington near Hull. From these human stories, the course we've devised poses questions, challenges, and shares resources that develop empathy and foster community understanding and dialogue. Through connecting with people telling their own stories of seeking asylum and refuge, and of hearing of their challenges and their resilience, their loss and their hope, our course aims to dispel stereotypes, myths, and misconceptions. The course aims to stimulate interest and raise awareness of the wider history, context, politics and causes of migration. And people who enrol on the course will also be invited to extend their thoughts, feelings and reflections through participation in a future creative writing course, which will be running online and will help people share their own stories of journeys taken, journeys underway and journeys planned. The video photo resource, which is at the heart of our course, has been created by Rich Wiles. Rich is a socially engaged artist whose practice centres on a collaborative approach to documentary photography. His work explores social issues of our times, often focusing on notions of home and identity in different contexts. Rich was based in Palestine for many years, where he produced both long-form documentaries and participatory projects for young refugees. Having returned to the UK in 2016, Rich's most recent projects attempt to blur the boundaries between these strands of creative documentary work, including collaborative elements. This approach attempts to raise questions about photographic power, the dynamics and authorship of images. In 2017, Rich began to collaborate with a Syrian family who'd recently arrived in the UK. This work led to several exhibitions and the development of an interactive education programme. I met Rich at a networking event with Migration Yorkshire, where he showed his resource, Ongoing Journeys, and it inspired me. I found it incredibly moving, and he said it wasn't reaching a wider audience. And so I started to hatch a plan to incorporate his resource into a self-directed course for adults and try and find a new way of reaching a wider audience. So the aim of the course is to develop a deeper and richer understanding of the lived experience of refugees and asylum seekers now living in the UK. The idea being going behind the headlines to introduce real people to communities who may not have much understanding and access to building relationships with asylum seekers. So through our course, we hope that people will use their new understanding to develop empathy and be able to confidently challenge inaccurate and/or racist assumptions that are often made about refugees and asylum seekers in our communities. The course will cover key facts and figures about refugees in the UK, help people use the correct definitions and hear real-life refugee experience. You'll be able to identify support for asylum seekers and refugees, and again, linking to these themes around creativity, find at least one song, story, poem or film about the refugee experience. So the main part of my presentation today is to take you to the interactive resource and show it to you so you can experience its impact and you can think about joining our course or think about how you might use this resource moving forward. So now for the technical bit. I am going to share the interactive resource. Can everybody see that? Rich, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see that?
That's come through.
Yes, that's all fine.
Okay, so this course will be, you access the course through our virtual learning environment, which will have lots of activities in it, but it will hyperlink to this interactive website, which is a mixture of video and photography. So I'm going to show you, this is the themes of the course, talking about people and place, meeting the families, them talking about their life, looking at rights and opportunities, moving forward in life in the UK, and the experience of life in exile. You can move through it in any order that you choose, but I am going to show you the family who will talk to you about their life in Syria. So I'll just put that up for a second. You might not get to the end of it, but it is putting the family experience into context about them moving from Syria. Sorry, it seems to be taking.
صار في اعتقالات، صار في خوف من القعده بالبيت، صرت اذا كنت قاعد بالبيت تجي الدوريات تاخذك معتقل بدون اي سبب يعني. صار الاغتصاب، صار اخذ النساء والاطفال والاولاد والكبار، ما عندهم مشكله يعني اي شخص. كان صرنا نخاف يعني على حالنا، وانا عندي مره واولاد وقاعد بالبيت، صرت خاف انه يجوا ياخذوني او يجوا يعملوا شيء للمراه يقتلوا الاولاد. اخذتهم وطلعنا على لبنان. بلبنان صرنا راجعين.
And then we can move on to meet the family, and the resource works by engaging you with these questions on screen.
أنا اسمي ربا من سوريا.
أنا اسمي رامي، أنا من سوريا.
أنا اسمي يزن وعمري 10. أنا اسمي مصطفى وأنا عمري 11. أنا اسمي حنان، أنا من سوريا 6 سنين.
كنا عايشين ومبسوطين وعنا بيت وقاعدين أنا وأخوتي وأهلي ومرتي وأولادي، كنا بيتنا جنب بعض يعني، وعم نشتغل وعندي سيارة بالبلد وعم نشتغل مبسوطين. كان عنا روحة وزيارات ومناسبات، ونروح ونطلع ونروح ونفوت ونجي يعني ما في أي شيء. قبل الحرب كانت الأمور تمام.
When the family had to flee, they didn't have much opportunity to take anything with them. But one of the things that they did was take their family photos. And so you can look through the photos and can reflect on what they mean to you, and also get the chance.
طلعت المظاهرات بسوريا وبحمص. أول شيء يعني ما كان في شيء اسمه ضد النظام. أول شيء كانت مظاهرات تطلب بترحيل المحافظ، إنه صارت الحياة صعبة بحمص عن طريق المحافظ. صار كل شيء بده مسؤوليات. فطلعت العالم تطلب بإقالة المحافظ بس. بعدها تطورت الأمور لحتى صار في ضرب بالنار ورصاص وقتل وقامت الحرب. صار في قتلى وصار في جرحى وصار في اعتقالات، صار في اغتصاب، صار في كل أنواع الكره يعني. وقامت الحرب وكبرت، كل ما عم تكبر. لأنه صار لا في مدارس للأولاد منيحة، ما فينك تشتغل منيح، الأجارات كثير رخيصة للعمال، للعامل السوري يعني. وصار السوري كل شيء يصير بلبنان إنه السوري هو اللي عامله، وأجارات بيوت غالي. ما المعيشة صارت صعبة وسيئة كثير بلبنان، ما تحسن تضل قاعد فيها. هو أول شيء نحن مش مهم إنه لوين أي دولة يعني، المهم إنه نطلع برا لبنان.
So you can see how it works with the kind of question and answer approach. I just want to show one more clip from the people and place, especially because we started with the poem about Hull. There's a woman, Libby. So this is a woman.
You've got some echoing going on, so I think you might.
Is that okay now? Is everyone muted apart from me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So this is just a story from Hull.
I always enjoy volunteering. So when I came here, I remember I was, going different places and asking people, do you need volunteers? Do you need volunteers? But then I came to know about Hull City of Culture. And that was a good opportunity for me to get involved in the city, especially when I wanted to know about the city. I was on my volunteering shift at Paragon Station. And that's when I noticed that Paragon Station is actually starting from platform number 2. And I asked one of my colleagues, and then she just told me, no, it was actually related with historical events, all about migration, refugees, arrivals. Then she just told me that 2 million Jewish actually passed through Hull. The Jewish population actually fled from their places to get better life. They were victims of racism in that olden days. They actually came here by boats, and that was the time when they were kept in platform number 1, so that they can be sent by trains to other places wherever they are going. Platform number 1 was, I think that was the first point when I just saw that thing. I don't know, but I just related that story to me, because I found myself that I am where I should not be, but because of some situation arise, and then I found myself, okay, I am in Hull. Some people think that in England, or let's say Germany, there is no room for refugees, and it's just people everywhere from the world. If they have war, they are just coming to England or European countries. But why we forget about the olden days in history? That refugee movement was actually started in those days in 18th centuries, 19th centuries. Let's take an example of platform number 1, but it's not highlighted at all, and it's just giving an impression that that refugee thing, that migration thing, war victims thing is just happening now. All these are, you can say, it's hidden stories which needs to be discovered, but we can empower people. If they are refugees, they should know their rights. At least if they know their rights, they have their voice. I think voice is very important. If they can only raise their voice, just tell the world this is happening. That should be enough.
Just thought that was so powerful, and the whole resource is full of people being able to express their voice and talk with some detail, and not be brushed over, not be reduced to a soundbite. So, I hope that you found what you've seen already interesting and impactful. Okay. So very quickly, it's just to say that the project's been funded through the William Alderson Trust, and the course will be accessed through our VLE Canvas. It will be free to enrol on, and you can explore the resource in your own time. There'll be a message board within the course so that people have got a shared space to connect and collaborate if they want to. We'll be rolling this resource out internally as a staff development tool. It's currently on our website as part of our diversity culture festival of cultural diversity. We're going to be promoting it to our members and current students, but we're also really keen for it to reach new audiences. I think I'll share the presentation with the organisers. I don't have time to share another poem, which is called Home by Warshan Shire, which is incredibly moving. But I have put a hyperlink in the presentation to the course to enrol on, and my information, my contact details if you'd like more information, and also a link to Rich's website if he's someone that you'd like to find out more about. So hopefully that's me in my time.
Thank you very much, Rose. That was brilliant, really powerful, and thank you so much for sharing that with us.